We've already talked at length about the movie Longlegs in my analysis, which I strongly recommend you watching as a companion piece to this. Today, we're here to analyze the character of Dale Kobble, who is known as Longlegs. In the analysis, we've concluded that Longlegs is the nickname for the demon while possessing Dale Kobble, played by Nicolas Cage. We've also theorized that the demon is possibly Baal or Baal, but rather than work from the direction of using the actions of the characters to determine what they are, we're going to analyze the actions they took, starting with how a man becomes embedded in this role as a doll maker for the devil. From interviews by Osgood Perkins, we come to find out Dale Kobble was an ex-glam rocker. Independent from this interview, we can get an impression that Kobble has some musical background from the soothing tones of his voice.
Daddy! Mommy! Make me!
The look is also supposed to inform the audience that Kobble has had a lot of plastic surgery. This is definitely well done, as one look at Longlegs or Kobble gives a feeling that his face just ain't right. Both of these pieces give us a strong motivational through line that Kobble might have wanted immortality, whether it be subconscious or not. I feel the want for fame is more of a parallel to immortality, and that the physical body may perish, but the legend or memory will live on. Take countless acts: Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain, Michael Jackson. All of these people live on through the fame they've cultivated through their careers. Because Longlegs is not instantly recognizable in the scenes he's about town,
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
I don't know what that was supposed to be.
we can discern his musical career may not have taken him down the path of stardom. This is likely a motivation as to why he wanted plastic surgery. Youth was evading the rocker, and it opposed his subconscious strive for eternal life by way of fame. This pressure led him to at least try to feel and look more youthful. Here's the kicker, however, as he likely had little funds through being a potentially starving artist, he came across the big bamboozle, what I call it, in which we should all avoid. This, of course, is plastic surgery on a budget. Now, I get it. A lot of rich and famous people now are starting to look as though they might not even be able to avoid the pitfalls of filler and the monstrosity that can cause on one's face. Just like I get that many of you are not subscribed to the channel. I'm talking 99.95% of you. And I dropped a 9. There's another 9 before the 5. So please be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell icon, because I have a ton of stuff that you're going to like in the future that you're not going to want to miss. Back to the point at hand, Nic Cage / Dale Kobble is living in a fear-based economy, not the one where Alec Jones sells you doomsday prepper supplies, but one where he scratches and claws at retaining his youth by any means necessary. Shout out Malcolm X. When this too fails, where does a man embroiled in an industry of sex, drugs, and rock and roll turn? The devil, naturally. Now, there are plenty of tall tales of musicians selling their soul to the devil. Niccolo Paganini, Robert Johnson, those being two famous cases in which I am most familiar with, though Jimmy Page, the Rolling Stones, and even more have been accused of following the same play from their playbook, that being selling their soul to the devil for musical talents. While these two musicians became among the best of their peers for the respective times, it appears that Kobble's bargain was for fame, which he would reach by way of infamy. We do know that in the movie Longlegs, bargains can be reached, as Harker, Lee Harker's mother, has made one to save her daughter. It appears that is likely the only way to survive the demon behind Longlegs, while it may be momentarily, as both Kobble and Harker's mother meet their ends before the credits roll. This type of infamy would be one that would give Kobble a name that would echo a lifetime. I mean, look at Charlie Manson, who would be on the cover of the Rolling Stones.
If you're going to move and you're going to do something, do it with your soul and your heart. Do it right, man.
This is where we can start to look at the motivations of the demon, as the agreement with Kobble had him acting on its behalf rather than making a name through any talent of some kind. Kobble would commit what is known as the birthday murders, while not actually physically committing them himself, rather it being inspired by the dolls, though he caused the murder and suicide of multiple Oregon families with whom had a daughter whose birthday was near. Again, we've theorized the demon who had possessed or is influencing Kobble's behavior to be Ball, but that isn't of utmost importance. For all we know, it could be any run-of-the-mill demon, though we do know it's not Satan. What is important is what this demonic entity is trying to achieve, and most importantly, why. We could boil it down to its most simplistic element and just say it's a demon trying to be evil, but let's dig a bit deeper than that. For one, this is really wrapped into all the satanic panic that took hold of our nation in the 80s and 90s, but played straight in this movie universe. The killings of the families are ritualistic sacrifices to Satan, plain and simple, but there's more of an offering than pure flesh and blood. These murders also are performative in that they pervert and desecrate the family unit. By taking multiple wholesome Christian families and compelling them to destroy themselves, it serves to destroy the sanctum of the household. It destroys the family values of these communities and potentially pushes some to feel unsafe where they should feel safest. Demons are one to try and desecrate what is most sacred, and the family unit is one that may be the most important societally, or to society. Even the Harker household, a single parent family, did not find themselves out of the peril of Kobble, who used their home as a toy factory of destruction. And by doing so, Kobble has taken a societal safe haven for some and turned it into a breeding ground for evil. So yes, on one hand, it is the demon trying to be evil, but the plan to that is much more intricate, as it is attacking our peace of mind at its source. It's this through line and character that makes this film so damn interesting to me, and hopefully you found this film interesting as well. Everybody, thank you so much for helping me hit 1,000 subscribers. It means a ton to me. It gives me motivation to keep making videos, knowing that I'm not just kind of yelling into the abyss. So the fact that there's actually an audience for this stuff is cool as hell. And I just want to thank you personally for checking this out. Be sure to check out the long leg analysis. I also have the best horror films of every year from this past decade that a ton of people really seem to be liking, so I think you'll really enjoy as well. And I will catch you on the flippity floop. Bye, y'all.